All right, here is a quick look at how to create classic tweens, which is what our assignment is about today. I've got a new movie running here, and you can change the stage color if you wish. In a previous assignment, we talked about shape tweens, where you change one object to another object, but we're not really going to change an object to another object, but I'll show you what we're going to do. So I've just got a regular stage here, and you can change the stage color if you want. I'll just keep this really simple. I'll just draw like an oval over here on this side of the stage. It could be any color, whatever you want it to be. I'm going to take the black arrow tool and select it. All right, I'm selecting the oval. I'm going to right click on the oval, and I get these options for creating different kinds of tweens: classic, motion, and shape. Today we're going to do classic, so I'll click there, and you'll get a warning about these. It says they cannot be tween, you must convert. Okay, yes, just click OK. And down on the timeline here, now I'm going to extend this out. I don't want it, it's stretched out to 30 frames, and I would like for it to go longer than that. So I'm going to stretch it out to like 65 or 70. I'll come here to frame 65, and I'm going to tap F6. That's F6 on the keyboard, or it is Insert Timeline Keyframe. Same thing, right? Okay, now what I want to do here is I'm just going to like animate the position of this ball that I made. So over here at the beginning, it's sitting over on the left-hand side. I'm going to pull the time indicator down to the end, down here to this frame 65, and just use my black arrow and say, okay, move it over here. When I press enter, the computer is taking care of all of these frames in between frame 1 and frame 65. I just told it where to start, and I told it where to stop, and the computer took care of all the frames in between. That's why it's called a tween, right? All right, so I'm going to rewind that. I'm going to lock it, and I'll make a new layer. Our assignment today, we're going to try to do 4 of these, right? And they can be any kind of object that you want. It doesn't really matter. This time I'll just draw, I could change colors if I wanted to, but I'll just draw a box down here kind of in the corner, and I'll take my arrow, my black arrow tool, and select that box. I'm going to right click on that box and say create classic tween. I'll get it out in a minute. I'm going to click OK there. And on the timeline, I'm going to come down here. I'm just going to make them the same length. You could really make them whatever length you want, but I'm going to make them the same length here, so I'll just tap F6 right there. So at the beginning of this second layer, that box is down in the bottom right-hand corner. And at the end, I'm just going to say, and you can do whatever you want, but I'm just going to use my black arrow and say, put it up here. All right, so when I press enter, I've got that going on, right? I've got 2 different kinds of motion happening here. All right, cool, yay. All right, so let's try something a little bit different. I'm going to lock that layer. I'll rewind this back. I'm going to make a new layer. And this time, I don't know, I think I will draw a star. I think I'll change color just for some variety. And I'll put this red star kind of in the middle right here. Okay, so I drew a red star in the middle, and I'm going to select that, and I'll right click and create classic tween. I'll click OK here, and I'm going to go down to frame 65 on the timeline. Again, I'm just making them all the same length. You could make them different lengths if you wanted to, and I'll tap F6 on the keyboard right there. Now on this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that star get bigger. Okay, so here it is that size. At frame 1, it's the size that you see right there. So down here at frame 65, I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to tap Q on the keyboard and just make that get bigger. So what's going to happen is that red star is going to grow as this goes on, right? It starts off small, and it gets bigger. Right, so I didn't really change the position of the star. This time I made the star get what I did to the object is make it get bigger. All right, one more to go. So I'm going to lock that layer up, and I'm going to make a new layer. And we got to make, and again, this could be done with any kind of thing that you want to do it with. Like, gosh, on this layer, maybe I'll come along here and use my, I just accidentally fit my, I moved my stage out of the window there. All right, so man, I don't know. I'll just draw a little stick figure down here. And I'll take the bucket tool and I'm going to fill up the head of that stick figure like that. There we go. Yay. So I made a little stick figure, right? And I'll use the black arrow to select that stick figure, and I will do a right click on that stick figure and create a classic tween. Click OK there, and I'll go down to, again, I'm just because I want to, I'm just keeping all of these the same length. I'll go down to frame 65, I'll tap F6. And so now at the beginning, here at frame 1, that stick figure is sitting down here, in the left-hand corner. So what I got to do is, change something about it. I could change the size of it. I could change the position of it. Whatever you want to do, right? So maybe I'll just move it over here at the end, right? It's just going to move, right? All I did was change the position. So I'll just press the Enter key. And it doesn't look like anything great. It's kind of a mess, right? It's just a bunch of objects that are moving, and I got that star growing, and it's good enough for today. It's good enough. That's all it is, right? So now it would just be time to save that movie, and we're done. All right, so that's it.